Today my mom and I are going to talk about making no-knead bread.
I feel like I want to say something too.
Oh, what do you say? Today me and my daughter are going to make no-knead. How about
my daughter and I?
My daughter and I are going to make no-knead bread.
If you really want your family to love you, which I had my daughter love me lots when we were growing up because I made homemade bread. And today she's going to show you how to make homemade bread with yeast, flour and water. So
very simple. If you're afraid of making bread, this is a great one to start with. It is no-knead bread and it's good. These are the ingredients you will need for no-knead bread. All-purpose or bread flour, salt, yeast, water, measuring cups, 1 bowl, and saran wrap.
Now, you may not know this, but Mrs Wranglerstar is huge in Sweden.
My 3 families. Do I say?
Just say 3 cups of flour.
3 cups of flour. And you don't have to use the knife to measure exactly. But baking bread is kind of a little bit, like I say, on the hip, because you can always add or something to it. Let's go.
1/4 teaspoon of yeast.
1 1/4 salt, and sort of not too liberal. You can always add salt and butter to your food later on if you did. 1 1/4. Here we go.
And finally, 1 5/8 cup water. Go ahead and mix it, and it should kind of have a shaggy consistency.
One thing that I've really enjoyed being married to you is that you have brought a lot of tradition into our household, which I did not really grow up with. I think us as Americans don't celebrate, have a lot of traditions like the Swedes do. Explain or answer why you think that's important and how that contributes to the home and the hominess of it.
Well, first of all, I think most of the Swedish traditions are based on the church calendar. So we have Christmas time, we have all the tradition. It's almost for a month that we celebrate, starting with the first of Advent, then we have Lucia, and then come Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So it's a long holiday.
Is it because Swedes just don't want to work? I think maybe Swedes don't want to work. No, but it's lovely because you have Santa Lucia, you know, you've got midsummer in the summer. It is really nice to have that.
Yes, it is very nice. And it keeps families together and you carry on traditions. And most families in Sweden on Christmas Eve watch Donald Duck, lo and behold. I have moved away from the States when they started with that, but nowadays every family, so after Donald Duck, Kalle Anka, they start opening up their gifts, or they have their big smorgasbord Christmas Eve. So yeah, it is lovely with traditions. There's no question about it. Mm-hmm. This is how it becomes efter hon har rört lite granna. Stirred a little bit, and you get this sort of shaggy looking consistency. And then after that, we're just going to take a little bit saran wrap, or this instant cling wrap, and we're going to put it on top of it.
And then it will sit for 15 to 20 hours before you do anything else. At that time, it will rise. Spread a little flour and or cornmeal on the counter. After the dough has sat, we're going to fold in some extra flour. You'll fold in just enough flour so that it's not super sticky on your hands. You will then take it and roll it into a ball. And you'll take seam side down and set it crease side down in a clean towel in a bowl. Cover the bread and you'll let it rise for another 2 hours.
This is not your normal bread, putting it on a regular baking sheet. This is interesting because you will preheat your Dutch oven for 450 degrees for about half an hour before the dough has finished rising.
And your temperature should be at 450 degrees. Mom, so you were a little concerned when we moved out here in the country. What do you think now?
Little? Are you kidding me? I was a nervous wreck. First of all, I was thinking you're going to be far away from a town, but now I'm more relaxed because it's not that far away. And then, of course, I was thinking about little Jack. He can't run over to the neighbor kids to play, but I am put at ease because I know he sees a lot of other children. And to be honest with you and to Cody, it's lovely to come out here, and it's like a paradise. It's like being on vacation, seeing the mountain, walking in the woods. It's perfect. And actually, it makes me feel like I'm really at the little summer house in Sweden when I come up here. So it was a good thing. Good thing, as Martha would say.
So after your pan is preheated and your dough has risen, you're gonna go ahead and put the dough into the pan. Might look a little messy, and that is okay. Make sure you use a clean cloth. And then if you need to, you can shake it a little bit. It'll flatten out as it bakes. Put it in the oven for 30 minutes with the lid on, and then we'll get to the next step. After 30 minutes of baking, take the lid off so that it will brown, and you'll bake it for another 15 to 30 minutes until it's a beautiful brown color. So after 15 to 30 minutes, your bread will be done. We also did another loaf in a square Pyrex where we just used aluminum foil instead of a lid. You want to let it cool and then slice and eat.
More, the proof is in the pudding.
We are going to see that right now. It's easy to cut. It's still a little warm. So this is absolutely wonderful homemade bread. Anybody of you who are watching, I bet you can do that. You might need big. Titta här. Look at this. It's perfect. Wonderful. And you can have it for 2 meals maybe. Make your whole family very, very happy. Det var skoj. Jättefint. Nu ska vi se. Smakar det gott?
Mmm.
Bra va?
That's international for good.